Hello everyone, so I thought I'd just make this secondary recording to the one I made before about the long position I took on Bitcoin here, currently targeting the naked point of control. I didn't take it here, I took it a while back, had to restart my computer, the actual execution side of it got deleted, but I'll show you the entry and stuff. And essentially, my idea and just understanding the context from where I stood throughout the day was, I understood this was really big support for me, down below at this naked point of control. There was a daily level there, a lot of support resting on here, naked point of control, daily level support. Okay, so I understand that, right? But what got me into a long earlier rather than waiting for my level? So I had two ideas really for today. So idea one was coming down to this level, okay, and from that point waiting to see if I got any execution, triggers go off to cause me to get into a long. What then kind of came into my idea was, that was one idea, wait for that level. Idea two was it gets front run and I will buy upon a market structure change. Okay, so that kind of came into fruition much quicker than the other one. So let's just break down the market structure change and what we got before we hit the level. And essentially price was making such like this. So high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So at that point, my idea was, okay, if you're able to clear this high right here with sufficient closes, I'll look to buy the pullback. Simply, you saw sufficient closes above the high here, and then, even further when you spent quite a lot of time above it. Idea was at that point, okay, buy the pullback, trigger executed. Okay, but where am I going to buy the pullback? Well, I'm not going to really buy in the middle of all these inefficiencies here. Doesn't make so much sense. So I bought at the 0.5, which came into confluence with the top of this SR level. Okay, so I bought here, come a bit below that, but still, nonetheless, if you pull it from low to high, 0.5 in confluence with the SR, just basically where the single points locally would have ended. Okay, so I filled my position there. Invalidation was closing below this low here, completely, hard stop below this low. I would re-enter if I was wrong on the idea. Okay, and then from that point onwards, you see the move to the upside. But let's just talk about targets and more so from that trade, because on my trades I like to. Oh god, I think my recording might have froze for a second. On my trades, essentially, I always like to think beforehand: is it worth taking the trade? And by when I say is it worth, I mean is the risk to reward sufficient on this idea? Okay, so we continue to move up. So on this trade here, the idea was, okay, long trade entry there, invalidation very low, but even targeting here, I don't like to target 1R. I want to target 2R on these trades minimum, really. And understanding the context of things, I did think, if we're going to bounce from here and we see a market structure change, it would make sense to come back and tap this weekly naked point of control. So for me, target one, taking profit is going to be for me at this weekly naked point of control. So unless we hit this, I'm not going to take profit. However, let's just say now, I think it's important to have some trade management on this. I don't want to just see this at this point now, come back and run to my entry, because it's currently sitting at approximately, at least almost a 2R trade. Let me just tell you what my actual entry is exactly. It is sitting at 16. Where is this? 16946. Okay, so there, sitting around here, right, with my validation below the low, targeting up here. So we're still, sitting at a comfortable, relatively 1.5R. Now, I'm not going to let this come back and run me all the way back out. But if we start to see signs of strength, weakness, let's just have a look here. Fixed range pull, losing this point of control, I might consider taking, closing this trade, because why would I want to see a winner sufficiently turn into a loser by losing the point of control, the uptrend, and by then seeing the swing low taken out, in my opinion. But until we see that, I'd like to see this naked point of control hit where I'll be taking profits, and I'll keep you updated on this current trade, okay? Okay, so I've taken 70% of my long off here, and really from this point onwards, I'll be trailing my stop. So on average, I really should be aiming to keep this at around at least a 2 hour on average. And if things go continually well, as soon as we hit the next take profit there, which would be like the naked point of control, I might take off another 10%. And then from that point onwards, the remaining 20% that we've got in the trade, I'll simply just trail under and under and under until we see a change in local structure. I'll then close that trade completely, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this brief trade breakdown I've just kind of taken here from this trade to up to here. Fairly low volume stuff, but I hope you enjoyed.